Welcome to the potential difference ReGenX generator video series. This video is the 9/11 anniversary video. It's being shot the day after Remembrance Day or Veterans Day in the United States. And the farmhouse that you see here is the farmhouse where the ReGenX generator innovation was invented, and the ReGenX generator was invented in response to the horrors of 9/11 and the horrors of the oil wars that followed, and the horrors of the oil wars that will continue to follow unless we develop a suitable alternative energy source to oil. And that's what the ReGenX generator has accomplished. And the ReGenX generator started as a request to the universe to provide an alternative energy source, and the universe responded by delivering 5 miracles, and I'm going to walk you through each one of those miracles in this video, and then in the links below I'll provide supporting information to each miracle. So this video is called The Genesis of Understanding, and it would be my wish that it would also be the genesis of peace, at least where energy is concerned. So here we have a speedometer and a tachometer, and over here we have a fuel consumption meter and a torque sensor. So in order to increase the speed or the kinetic energy of this vehicle, or in order to increase the RPM of the motor, the current laws of physics say that, number one, the torque needs to be increased, and for the torque to be increased, the fuel consumption needs to be increased. You cannot, in this vehicle, you cannot increase the speed of the vehicle without consuming more fuel and without increasing the torque, the torque delivered by the motor. So we are going to demonstrate that. Currently we are at static equilibrium. We are not moving. And what I'm going to do in this demonstration is I'm going to bring the vehicle up to dynamic equilibrium. That is where the net torque in the drive shaft is 0, and the vehicle is neither accelerating nor decelerating. So in order to increase the kinetic energy of this vehicle, the work energy principle states that we need a source of energy to do that, and the source of energy is the fuel, and when the fuel consumption increases, the torque increases. So let's demonstrate that. So currently we're doing 30 kilometers an hour. And each time I want to increase the speed of the vehicle, I need to provide the motor with increased fuel so the motor can provide increased torque to the wheels. So I'm just getting on the road here. I'm going to set up the car in cruise control. At 30 kilometers an hour. We're on a relatively flat surface. So in cruise control at 30 kilometers an hour, our motor is at, oops, hang on a second. Okay, 40 kilometers an hour, 1500 RPM. And we can see our fuel consumption. We're going up a slight incline. Again, if you could increase the speed of this vehicle while not increasing the fuel consumption, that would be miracle number one. If you could increase the torque in the drive shaft while not increasing the fuel consumption, that would be miracle number two. If you could increase the torque in the drive shaft and increase the speed and the kinetic energy of the vehicle while simultaneously reducing the fuel consumption and simultaneously generating electricity, that would be miracle number three. The ReGenX generator innovation increases the kinetic energy of the system. It increases the drive shaft torque while simultaneously reducing the energy consumption by the prime mover. Miracle number one, miracle number two, and miracle number three are all satisfied by the ReGenX generator. when the ReGenX generator is generating electric power, when the ReGenX generator is placed on load from a state of dynamic or rotational equilibrium, the ReGenX generator responds by increasing the kinetic energy of the system while simultaneously reducing the power consumption of the prime mover and while simultaneously increasing the torque in the drive shaft. So the question is, how do you increase the kinetic energy of a system if you're not consuming additional input power? Well, the only logical answer to that question is that energy is being created somewhere in the system. And in the ReGenX generator, the energy that's being created in the system is magnetic field energy that is produced around the generator coils. And the magnetic field energy that's produced around the generator coils is causing the kinetic energy increase of the system. It's accelerating the system, and it is while simultaneously generating electric output power. Now, the conventional electric generator is also using energy that is created in order to reduce the kinetic energy of the system. The work energy principle states that an increase in the kinetic energy of a system is equal to the increase in work performed on that system. And energy is required to perform work. Equally, the work energy principle also says that the reduction in kinetic energy is equal to the net the negative work performed on that system. And in the case of our vehicle, if we want to decrease the kinetic energy of the vehicle, we need to use energy. And energy comes in this vehicle. The energy comes from my foot applying pressure on the brake and the power assist in the brakes pushing the brake calipers together, causing friction, causing the car to decelerate. In an electric vehicle or in an electric generator, which is decelerating, negative work is being performed by electromagnetic field energy, which is being created. And the work energy principle proves that that is so. The ReGenX generator uses that same created electromagnetic field energy. It delays it in the time domain by introducing a load current delay into the generator's operation, which allows the generator to use created electromagnetic field energy to perform positive work rather than negative work. And the fifth miracle of the ReGenX generator performance is that it uses created electromagnetic field energy to perform positive work, but it performs its work at infinite efficiency. So miracle number one is the ReGenX generator allows the kinetic energy of the system to be increased without increasing the energy consumption of the prime mover. It allows the torque in the drive shaft to be increased without increasing the energy consumption in the prime mover. It allows electricity to be generated and for the system kinetic energy to be increased without additional energy being consumed by the prime mover. That's miracle number three. Miracle number four is that the ReGenX generator uses electromagnetic field energy that is being created. Energy can and is being created, and it's being created in conventional generators in order to produce the negative work, the system kinetic energy reduction. And last, miracle number five, the ReGenX generator operates at infinite efficiency, and it uses energy that is created in order to generate electricity and to increase the kinetic energy of the system. So again, currently it is impossible to increase the torque of a system or increase the speed of a system without increasing the input energy consumption by the prime mover. And that is exactly what we're doing with the ReGenX generator and the ReGenX motor. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Cheers.